Siege is a complex game, much more than it was 5 years ago when it released. With 58 operators, all with their own unique gadgets, quirks, and playstyles, it's up there with the likes of League of Legends and Dota. Now, in 10 minutes, I might not be able to cover every little thing in super great depth, but here goes nothing. This is explaining every Siege operator in under 10 minutes. And you know what? I'm so convinced of my own abilities that I'll tell you to subscribe right now. Only 6% of people are, so join the club. Sledge. Uses a sledgehammer to break destructible walls, ceilings, floors, barricades, furniture, and defender gadgets, including shields, evil eyes, and castle barricades. Thatcher. 3 throwable EMPs that disable defender gadgets in an area of effect lasting for 10 seconds. Ash. 3 breaching rounds that can be shot from a distance to make a large hole in anything destructible and deals damage to defenders, but they will be destroyed by electricity. Thermite. 2 exothermic charges that can be used to breach reinforcements with a large explosion, can be countered by electricity, jammers, and explosives. Twitch. 2 shock drones that cannot jump but can destroy defenders' gadgets with 3 tasers per drone that replenish throughout the round. Montaigne. Extendable shield that is bulletproof and also resistant to explosives, can be stunned by melee attack and elements. Glaz. Uses thermal scope to see enemies through smoke, becomes more effective the longer he stands still. He can see through both friendly and enemy smoke using his gadget. Fuse. 4 cluster charges that can be planted on barricades, walls, and floors to shoot miniature grenades that can clear gadgets and enemies. Blitz. Riot shield with 5 front-facing flashes that'll blind your enemies and let you close gaps. He's the only operator able to hold his shield in front of him while sprinting. IQ. Arm-mounted device that can detect any electricity-based gadget, including bombs, defenders on their phones, and defenders attempting to destroy their diffuser. Buck. Underbarrel shotgun that acts as ranged sledge, destroys walls, floors, and ceilings. However, he can't destroy defender gadgets like shields and evil eyes like Sledge can. Blackbeard. 2 bulletproof rifle shields that can block a couple of bullets each, protecting him from headshots. Covers almost all of his head, but he can shoot over or under and get a lucky headshot in certain situations. Capitao. 2 flame bolts and 2 smoke bolts that provide area of effect denial. They can be shot through anything as small as a bullet hole and can provide lots of damage if enemies aren't paying attention. Capitao cannot be stopped by Jager's ADSs. Hibana. 18 exothermic pellets that can be fired 2, 4, or 6 at a time. They can destroy reinforcements, needing 4 to destroy a hatch. All 18 pellets can be considered roughly equal to a thermite charge, but you don't need that many to walk through a hole. Jackal. Can scan enemy footprints, which decay over time. Based on the amount of time left on this decay, Jackal gets decreasing numbers of pings that reveal an enemy's location. Cav, Silent Step, and Vigil's gadget will both block you from being tracked while active. Ying. 3 candelas that can roll and detonate with multiple flashes. These flashes cover a large area and she's immune to them, allowing her to rush into sight. Zofia. 2 impact grenades and 2 concussion grenades that she shoots from her launcher. These impacts have the same explosive power of an impact grenade that defenders have access to. It makes a medium-sized spherical hole in walls and floors, can break castle barricades, and is great for destroying evil eyes and other bulletproof gadgets. Her concussions will explode based on proximity to enemies or after a short time, disorienting whoever stands close enough to it. Also able to withstand when downed, she can revive herself with 5 HP. Dokkaebi. 3 phone calls that can expose defenders for a few seconds. These calls are audible and can be turned off before the duration of the call is completely up, but this will leave defenders exposed and unaware of their surroundings. When killed, defenders drop phones that Dok can hack to access their cameras. They can be shot and destroyed to prevent hacking. On top of this, standing on a mute jammer will cancel the call or prevent it from happening in the first place. Lion. 3 scans that will detect moving enemies for a short duration. This can also be countered by Vigil's scanner and mute jammers, and once an enemy is scanned, they will be pinged for 2 seconds. Finka. Buffs herself and her teammates with the nanobots that temporarily increase your HP by 20, can revive down players, reduces recoil, increase your movement speed through barbed wire, and also makes your heart rate easier to spot by pulse. On top of this, you will take more damage from smoke's canisters. Maverick. Blowtorch that can burn through reinforcements, although it requires significantly more skill to use than other hard breachers. Can make any shape and can be very efficient, but also very exposed while cutting away at walls and hatches. Nomad. 3 air jabs used for flank watch. When an enemy is detected, anyone in the radius will be thrown back and even through walls. Does not work if the enemy is airborne. For example, jumping through a 2nd-story window. Gridlock. Throwable track stingers that expand to cover a large area. Slows, makes noise, and does damage when someone walks through. Good for flank watch and covering diffuser. Nook. Rechargeable presence reduction gadget. When doing anything but sprinting, Nook is invisible to cameras and makes less noise than barbed wire. When Nook is sprinting with a gadget activated, she will make less noise, but still be visible to cameras. Amaru. Grappling hook that can be used to quickly, although not stealthily, enter a building. She can open soft hatches and regular barricades with this hook, but not castle barricades or reinforcements. She also has a short time after using her gadget where she cannot shoot or even move. Callie. 1-shot down sniper rifle with added launcher that shoots 3 explosive lances. These burrow into a surface and result in an explosion that clears all utility within a small radius. Iana. Hologram that looks and moves just like Iana but cannot shoot. Can be destroyed by defenders in 1 shot, which increases the recharge time on the drone. Makes audio just like a normal operator would. Ace. 3 Selma charges that each make the equivalent hole of 12 Hibana pellets. Detonates in 2 segments and is one of the fastest methods for opening walls, but requires 2 charges per hatch. 0. Argus cams that can burrow through even reinforcements. Destroyed by electricity, but also come with 1 long-range taser that can destroy gadgets and deal 5 damage to defenders. Cams can see both sides of the surfaces placed on. Smoke. 3 canisters that deal damage in a 5-meter radius, decreasing the last couple seconds of its duration. Smokes are first thrown and then have to be activated a second time. They will stick to any surface. These smokes can also propagate through walls, killing defenders on the other side of even hard walls. Mute. 4 jammers that block the signal of all attacker gadgets requiring electricity. This includes all hard breachers except for Maverick, and includes Jackal, Lion, Dokkaebi, drones, and more. Castle. Castle has 3 bulletproof barricades that can only be destroyed with 12 melee hits, explosives, Sledge's hammer, or Rooney's punch. Pulse. Heartbeat sensor that can detect heartbeats from 9 meters away. This can be detected by IQ, who has a large range, making IQ a pretty hard counter to Pulse. A Finka stim will also increase the range at which Pulse can detect enemy heartbeats. Dock. 3 stims that can heal for 40 HP, can overheal high HP operators, and can revive down teammates from a distance. Rook. Can place down a pack of armor plates that when picked up will increase an operator's armor rating by 1. A 1 armor with armor is equal to 2 armor, a 2 armor with armor is equal to 3 armor, etc. Capcan. 5 traps that can be mounted on doors and windows, exploding and dealing 60, 50, or 40 damage based on armor rating. These do not have a laser but can be shot easily when spotted. Tachanka. Tachanka is a flaming grenade launcher with 10 rounds. These have a smaller radius than the Capitao's bolts but deal considerable damage and can serve as good area denial. Also able to withstand or revive himself to 5 HP when downed. Jager. 3 ADSs that catch enemy projectiles except for crossbow bolts. Each ADS can catch one piece of utility every 10 seconds with unlimited charges. Bandit. 4 shock wires that will destroy every electronic gadget and can be placed on anything metal, including reinforcements, barbed wire, and deployable shields. Frost. 3 bear traps that have to be shot 3 times to break will instantly catch and down any attacker that steps into them. Attackers that have been caught cannot be Finka revived, cannot crawl around, and cannot withstand. This means Zofia. Valkyrie. 3 throwable cameras that can be thrown at considerable distance. They have a bright blue light when being operated, making them pretty easy to spot. Kavera. Silent Step, a rechargeable ability that allows Cav to move around making next to no noise, a suppressed pistol that downs enemies with a headshot, and the ability to interrogate downed enemies to reveal the location of all other attackers for a few seconds. Echo. 2 drones that can jump and stick to the ceiling. Rechargeable stuns that concuss enemies and stop animations, including planting diffusers, reviving teammates, and more. Not cloaked, but the concussion lasts for about 10 seconds. You can start an animation while concussed, but the cancel only happens on impact. Mira. 2 bulletproof one-way mirrors that can be broken by hitting the red canister. Can be broken by Twitch and Zero's tasers. Legion. Rechargeable cloaked goo mines that slow enemies, stop attackers from beginning a plant, and must be pulled out through a short animation. Deals ticks of damage every few seconds. Ella. 3 throwable Gersbot mines that concuss enemies exactly how Zofia does. Both her and Zofia are affected by this concussion effect for half the duration that other operators are. When downed, Ella has an additional mine that she can detonate on her own body. Vigil. ERC-7 scanner that hides in from drones and cams after 1 second. While activating, there's a visual glitching animation that runs for the first second. While actually active, white lines will appear on the attacker's screen when their drone is close enough to Vigil, increasing in strength the closer Vigil is. Maestro. 2 bulletproof evil eyes that can open, exposing themselves to shoot a rechargeable laser that deals 5 damage per tick and can destroy electronic gadgets. If shot by a Twitch drone or hit with the EMP, the evil eye will be disabled and be stuck open for 10 seconds, meaning it can be freely shot during this time. Alibi. 3 prismas. Holograms alibi that will detect attackers who shoot, touch, or otherwise interact with the prisma. This will identify and ping the attacker 5 times. Can be destroyed without detection by shooting the bottom strip of metal. Clash. Transparent shield that has a rechargeable battery allowing Clash to slow incoming attackers. Deals damage per tick and can hit 4 ticks per charge. Once emptied, must wait until fully recharged to use again. Clash can be stunned and her shield will be thrown to the side for a moment when hit by Zofia concussion, melee attack, or Kali sniper. Cade. 2 electroclaws that work as a throwable bandit shockwire with a large radius in which every metal object will be electrified. In some cases, 1 electroclaw can cover 4 reinforcements, but in most cases it will cover only 2. Can be placed in such ways that Kali will not be able to destroy them. Mozzie. 3 shootable pests that will capture enemy drones and hack them, allowing Mozzie to take control. Once hacked, there is a small window where the attacker can still jump with it, so it is possible to bait the pest by jumping out of the building once hacked, meaning you will lose signal so Mozzie cannot use it. As a defender, Mozzie's drones will be marked with a white outline, so don't shoot it. Warden. Rechargeable glasses that allow him to block flashes and see-through smokes, both friendly and enemy. Very situational gadget, but has its uses sometimes. Goyo. 2 deployable shields with gas canisters on the back end. When shot or blown up, it will explode, dealing 50 damage instantly and burn damage quickly after that. Very strong area denial. Womai. Receives 1 magnet frisbee every 40 seconds that can each catch 1 projectile. This projectile will not be destroyed, but rather pulled and go off where the magnet is placed, meaning it can redirect everything from flashbangs to firebolts. Oryx. Max of 3 charges that will refill once per 12 seconds, allowing him to dash through walls, dealing damage to himself. With his dash, he can knock down enemies, stunning them temporarily. He also has the passive ability to climb up through hatches. Melusi. 3 banshees that slow enemies within a radius. They are bulletproof and must be destroyed with a melee attack or explosives. An EMP will disable it, but it still has to be knifed to break it. Also emits a loud sound that will notify defenders of an attacker's presence. Aruni. 3 deployable laser gates that can be put on walls, hatches, doors, and windows. These laser gates can be overloaded with a drone, throwable, or attacker moving through them. It will destroy anything tossed into it and deal 40 damage to anyone walking through. Once overloaded, it will be disabled for 30 seconds. These laser gates have a trigger point on top that can be shot to rearm it when the 30 seconds are up. It is possible to destroy defenders' throwables but cannot deal damage to defenders. When nearby, the gate shut off, so taking damage is physically impossible. Aruni also has the passive ability of a much stronger melee attack that creates large holes in destructible surfaces and can one-shot barricades and hatches.